Hey everyone, and welcome to our network. This is the Magical Miracle Network. And my name is Ruth Perkinson. I'm very glad all of you are here with me today, this beautiful day in October of 2024. It's really sweet here in Richmond, Virginia, where we are broadcasting. And I wanted to come in today a little bit and do a channeled message about energy hygiene with all of you and what that means. And so, what I want to do right now is talk a little bit about what channeling is and what an attunement is before we get to the energy hygiene. When you are channeling with spirit guides, your ascended master teachers, just know that it first starts with you connecting and linking with your higher self. And how do you do that? Is you just ask. It's really very simple, and anybody can do it. You just ask. And you say, hey, I really want to join with my higher self and my guides and teachers. And so I'm doing that right now, even as this video is going. I'm connecting with that higher information, that higher energy. And I just take a breath and I attune and I align with that higher energy. And you can try this at home, try this in your meditation practice. I do it every day, and I just get into that attunement and that alignment with what I call the angel, Buddha, Christ energies. And this is part of what I've been taught in the last 6 or 7 years is you can use a mudra or a movement to connect with that higher mind, the higher self of you, which knows everything about you through all of time and space, past, present, and future. So it's nice to be able to listen to that beautiful, perfect guide that knows not only everything about you, but about everything about everyone else that you're connected to or run into. And that's really cool to know that. So you always want to tune into that beautiful, friendly voice. It's a very friendly, peaceful voice. And it comes through your system and it sounds like you, but it's a higher wisdom. And so I'll just take a moment to really connect. I'll take a pause here and I'll take a breath. And I'm asking to connect with the angel, the Buddha, and the Christ energy right now with you. And it comes in as an energy signature of Yeshua ben Joseph and my connection to him in the divine masculine and also in the divine feminine. We can call it that as well. We can call in that, maybe that Mother Mary energy or the Mary Magdalene energy too. They're all the same, it's all one. And so we just get very tuned in there together. And so you want to just attune yourself before you begin channeling a message. So it's very important to do that, just to be in that sort of vertical connection with your guides and teachers. And so you'll know by the energy signature of a guide or a teacher, like who's kind of coming into your system and accessing you to bring forth a message. And so right now, I'm feeling a very quiet energy, a very loving energy, and that feels just like an angelic energy. And so oftentimes your body will reflect that. It just feels very flowy and lovely. And that would be an angelic energy. When it feels more authoritative, it might come in, I'm going to ask right now, a more authoritative voice. And here it comes. It would be more like that Jesus energy. And he uses my system to bring forth a message that's very like a mudra, like a yes. And it's very attuned to his energy. And he's always showing all of us that we have light in our hands and light in our bodies. And so he's just bringing forth that message right now to all of you. We have light in our hands, and the future of healing is in our hands. So beautiful. So he's sharing that with us right now. He uses my body as a messaging system, and it's like a sign language. And so he's doing that right now. This is all a sign language to you and connecting with you, the viewer. So this is this beautiful attunement with that energy. How do I know? It's because I've practiced over and over and over again. I've really clarified my mind by using tools like A Course in Miracles, tools like all of the spiritual works that I've studied over the course of many, many years. And also, I'm attuned and aligned because I've done that work of clarifying my mind through removing all the fear in my mind, the guilt in my mind, the separation in my mind, and really, really allowing my guides and teachers to help me in that way. One of the big messages coming through today for all of us is to really clean up your energy signature of your own system. And I am going to teach a class on this very soon about how to clarify your energy field, your auric field. It's very important to keep your auric field clear of any sticky, icky energy out there that gets stuck in there, and also can get stuck in your system, in your bodily system. And so we really want to be very attuned to doing those kinds of things, clearing out your system. It's something that you want to do every single day. A couple of things you can do. Number one, when you take a shower, use salt in your shower. I was guided about a year ago with a guest I had on this show, just using salt. Morton salt is fine. Just take a shower, put some salt there, just scrub a dub your body, and that will really clear out your system. You can put it in your hair just as you're feeling guided. And again, it always boils down to how you're guided. If it rings true for you, if it doesn't ring true for you, then don't do it. But this is just a suggestion. So salt in the shower is very nice. The second thing I want to talk about is sage. When you go anywhere, you're in a hospital, you're in the supermarket, you're at an airport, wherever you might be, you want to once or twice a day even just burn a little white sage or use a sage spray and clear your field and clear your body. You'll know right away by how you feel that you just feel like, oh, it feels like I'm having a little energy bath. And so use the sage to do that. It's very important. When I work with clients or I work with family members or I'm anywhere, oftentimes I'll just come home and I'll do a little bit of sage around me. It's just a good practice. So it's so simple and it's cheap. So you can find sage really anywhere. I often use just white sage. It's just a very easy thing you can get at any rock shop that you might go to. So Morton salt or just salt in the shower. Sage is a good idea. And the last thing I want to talk about is your use of any kind of recreational drug or anything you might be what we might call addicted to. You could be addicted to chocolate. You could be eating too much chocolate. So evaluate your life and look at all the things that you're doing. Are you, I don't know, it could be that you're vaping or smoking. It's okay if that's what really rings true for you, but look at it what does to your system. And if it's keeping you really clear, then do it. But if you know really truly it's not keeping you clear, then you really don't want to do that if you think it's harming your body in any way. The excessive use of alcohol is another thing to take a look at. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a drink or two or three, but that might be it. Just that would be a good gauge to do that through the week. Use alcohol or wine or substance like that in celebration. But look at, are you getting to 3, 4, and 5 drinks? That's something to take a look at. And again, there's no judgment, but you want to evaluate your life and where you are. Sometimes I've been prone to overeating because it just feels like, oh, I'm going to just eat a lot of carbs. It just feels really good. So what I try to do is just be mindful. Is this going to be good for my heart? Is it going to be good for my whole body? And if I know that I've gone a little bit overboard, I go, okay, no judgment. I can do better tomorrow. So don't be hard on yourself. Just be super easy with what you're putting into your physical body. And I often say, just take Buddha's middle way, everything in moderation. And that's going to keep you really clear. A very important thing, if you're having trouble sleeping, just a little bit of honey sometimes, a little bit of milk. And oftentimes, too, what might be helpful is at the end of the night, stop watching the news, take a 30 minutes before you go to sleep and just watch something happy, a comedy show or something like that, something very light before you go to bed. And just try to change up that routine a little bit. All right. So these are just some guidances that are coming in today about keeping your energy signature clear, your whole system clear, and just be in that place of self care for you. Because if you're not in self care for you, you really can't help anyone else. You have to be in that zone of operating from that higher wisdom connected to your guides and teachers. And they'll help you. They'll be like, you might not want to take that extra glass of wine right now, or maybe doing recreational drugs every weekend isn't really keeping your energy high. Because when you keep your energy high, you can really connect to those divine ascended master teachers. And how do you know? It's by them giving you information that works for you personally. And so I was heavily guided today to come on and just share with you some tips about how to keep your field clean and clear. And it always starts first, though, with your mental mind. Who are you thinking with? Are you thinking with spirit? Are you thinking with love? Are you thinking with your divinity? Are you thinking with your holiness? And that's the truth of who you are. There's another voice in your mind that's not true. And that's the voice for fear. That's the voice for separation. That's the voice for guilt. And in A Course in Miracles, Jesus says, the guiltless mind cannot suffer. So we want to end suffering here with you and everyone on planet Earth by disagreeing with guilt, by disagreeing with fear, by disagreeing with separation, and agreeing with your innocence, and agreeing with your love, and agreeing with your light. And so this is just a beautiful message coming to all of you today. I really hope you've enjoyed this message coming through. So this quiet energy signature here at the end of the video is an angelic uh, expression to you. These are the angels coming to you. And I can see them everywhere. They're beautiful color and gold and green and blue and purple. They're just everywhere. And these angels want to work with you, this angelic presence. So if you feel tapped in, you like the angels, use them. They'll help you. And look for them everywhere. They're kind of all around. I was at a hospital recently and I just saw this one nurse walking down the hallway and I could just see this impression that she's got these beautiful angelic wings behind her and she's on her soul path. And she's doing great work. So I love you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the message. And I also want to just bring at the end of this video my latest book, Yeshua and the Gift of the Dreamlight Teachings. Yeshua ben Joseph has been teaching me so many different things over the last 11 plus years, really my whole lifetime. But more so, and in this book, I explain all of the experiences I've had that he wants me to share with all of you. And I just said, all right, I'll share it and we'll see how that lands. All right, guys, I love you so much. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Until then, take good care. Blessings.